Hello, it's Dr. Abstract, and there's my finger, and I'm going to pinch and drag that circle around. Wow, isn't that amazing? And pinch and press, and a button selected. Pinch off. So let's take a look at and see the code that makes this. We'll just drop this down, 11, and go into our VS Code here. So we're bringing in ML5. That's a library that does the hand tracking. And then here is ZIM with our cam module, which provides the cam that shows ML5 what we're tracking. So we've got the ZIM frame right here, and when the frame is all ready, we use the ZIM cam ask that will ask permission to use the cam. On Apple devices, you have to interact before you can automatically ask for permission. It's like, So this is our way. What happens is we'll show that cam ask, and then here's the function that runs when the user answers. So if true is passed in there, then the answer will be yes, and we can use the cam. Otherwise, they've said no, and we can say cam not accepted. If there's an error, we'll also say cam not accepted. But assuming that the cam is accepted, then we're going to make a new cam. And when that's ready, we will scale that to the stage and set its alpha down lower. That's why you could barely see me. We do have a tool like an alpha setter that sets the alpha that you can use to give the user a choice as to the alpha. And then we're using ML5's hand pose. We also have a bunch of examples in ZIM on how to do other types of ML5 things, like 9 different examples. You can find that on the ZIM site under the 018 that we've just launched, 018, so anything new in ZIM 018. Okay, and so once we've detected the start, we're going to pass the hand pose the canvas, and that's how it reads from our camera. And then the results will be called. When we get the results, we pass it into the camera. This is ZIM Cam's hand track, and we hand track those results. And what that does is it replaces, or it actually adds to ZIM mouse and touch events. And now we'll have pinch events and finger motion events. If you want, you can have only pinch and finger and turn off completely the mouse and touch events of ZIM. There is a way to start this. Let's see, what is that hand track? Let me just look here. What it's called? Prepare track right there. So prepare track, you can do extra things, for instance, say which hand it will be, so left hand, both hands, or right hand, and other things about that as well. But we're just using the default here in our pinch, and that will be default right hand will be working for you. Okay, there we go. So that's it. And then here's a new circle in ZIM. We're centering it, and we're setting it draggable. That will also still drag it with the mouse as well, unless you turn the mouse off there. So we then made a pane that's getting ready for us there, and a new button, and we position the button, and when we tap on the button, we show the message that is the pane. And that all works with pinch, the finger, and pinch. So it's all integrated. You don't have to do anything more. As far as I know, we're the only framework that does that. So we can make lots of things in ZIM. Thousands of things. We have millions of things. We have many, many features. It's a full-blown, probably one of the most complete canvas frameworks to be able to make apps, games, art with code. And it's kind of similar to P5.js, for instance. For making art, we can do all that stuff too, but we can also make games like Phaser does. And it's built on Create.js, which is what Adobe Animate exports to, so that's what Flash used to be, so we come from a Flash environment. Everything we could do in Flash, we can do here in ZIM. And now we can do it by waving our hand and pinching our finger. That's all integrated. That's what we mean by that. We don't have to change anything. It works by doing this. So that's pretty cool. And thank you, ML5. The ZIM Cam module, by the way, had a built-in hand tracking thing, but it was a little bit slower. It was custom done, a little bit slower. ML5 really made it almost is pretty well. It's close to ready for industry. You know, like, so hey, we can actually use this to make our apps run. So that's great. I love that because we've been doing hand tracking for quite some time, or I have anyway. I did it back in Flash. I did it early in ZIM with our own custom one. And it was just a bit slower. You would have to put a lot of damping on it to make it not jittery, for instance. And ML5 is just so clean and works really, really well. So that's super. And we have integrated it. How we integrated it, by the way, is the same way that we integrated working in Three.js to put ZIM, our 2D interactivity framework, ZIM, onto any 3D material and make it interactive. So what we do is we pass in the raycasting in the 3D. We pass in the raycasting right into the root of ZIM, which is Create.js, right into it. And we modified Create.js to take that in and replace or work in conjunction with the mouse and touch. So we already had that system in place, and that allowed us to use that system right here to do something similar, where instead of taking the raycasting wherever we're pointing in the 3D world, we're taking wherever ML5 tells us our cursor is. So fantastic. Yay! I am Dr. Abstract. I'll wave goodbye to you. Goodbye. And there's our pinch like that. And we're pinching and dragging. Isn't that cool? You can turn off the pinch by clicking your little finger against it as well. But if you want it back on, you do that. So just be careful if you're using this thing. You might actually turn your actions off. But there you go. Bye-bye. Have a great day or night. Cheers.